Does unresolved trauma impact your psychic or mediumship readings? The short answer is no, but there is far more to that. If you have unresolved trauma and you're doing readings, what you can do is project. If you don't know how to maneuver through the process to determine where you begin and end, what happens is you end up projecting your experience onto the client. There is a process to be able to determine where you begin and end. And as you go through that, you'll be able to see where the pivot point is, and it stops being aligned to what you have experienced and starts morphing into the exact match for what the client has experienced or is experiencing, and knowing how to navigate that. So that's very different. What does impact your readings is your belief system and understanding what it is and how you got it and what sits underneath that. Now, sometimes underneath your belief system is trauma. Other times it's not. It's just someone else's, whoever was your caregiver, their frame for life, and they created your belief system. So your belief system is a filter that you are going to run through the energy that you are picking up as you are translating it. Now, if your belief system has been created due to a trauma, then that is going to show up as a block for you. So that's how it impacts you. You're going to have these blocks, these hesitations, internal dialogue. We call it ego. This is what it will look like. So, what happens when you are on a learning journey? You're going to have technical skills that you are learning. Most people are like, that's what they really want. But they don't realize that what happens parallel, if you want to maximize your potential in this space, is the deep personal work that is creating the blocks for you. So it happens simultaneously side by side. And if you don't do the deep personal work, then what will happen is your skills will plateau. They'll just stop growing. They stop growing as much as you grow. Direct correlation. So when we think about our belief systems, you're going to see them as where you have blocks and hesitations. As I said, it's wrapped in the label of ego. Understanding what they are so you can unpack them and heal them. Now, the amount of times that I have been told by people, I am healed, I've done the work, shadows integrated, blah, 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 blah. Right? There's three ways that we do the work. First of all, if we are confronted with uh, something that is bouncing up against our belief system, right? So we've got this, and you're going to know because there's going to be an internal conversation that shows up. It's probably going to be pretty loud. Or if it's not loud, you're at least going to be aware that there's this conversation. If you're not aware, that's step one. Find out what you're saying to yourself. Notice the conversations that you are having with yourself when you want to do something and you don't, that you want to take a certain action and you take a different action. What are the conversations? So find those first, really illuminate them, own them. It's your belief system trying to show you it's there. It's giving you a frame for life. Now, this is automatic, so a lot of people aren't going to notice it straight away, and that's why you've got to notice it straight away. Then, once you've noticed it, right, so we're going to notice it, then what we're going to do is see where and when it shows up. So once we've identified the where and when it shows up, we want to see what kind of response are you having. Now, everyone's going to be a little bit different, but your nervous system will be triggered. So how is it triggered and what does that look like when it's triggered? So we've now got an identifying framework around your blocks. Once we've got that, then we now have to start the healing process. Now, the healing process, as I said, there's multiple layers to it, and most people don't get to the last layer. They stop at best case scenario, the second one. So the first layer is we're confronted with a belief system and we're triggered. Our nervous system is triggered and we have a response. Then our first layer of healing is to not have a response. Our second layer is then go to not have an emotional response, because we might have a physical response initially, scream, yell, all kinds of things. So, the list is long. Second one is to be confronted with that and not have an emotional response. Do not be triggered. Now, most people stop at that. They go, I'm integrated because I'm not getting upset anymore. Not getting upset. I'm not screaming and yelling. I'm not doing the things. And they go, I'm healed. Step one, so we're not having a physical response, we're not ruminating, it's not taking up brain space. Step two, when we're healed, it's like no emotional trigger. I'm not emotionally responding. Step three, and this is the one that most people don't do, is to get to the level where your body on a cellular level does not respond. So you're confronted by whatever the trauma is, the trigger that's run through a belief system, whatever that is. You don't have a physical response. You don't have an emotional response. You're not thinking about it like in a negative way. There's no self-talk that's negative. And then when you go into your body on a cellular level, it is zen. Nothing is pinging, there's no little awareness I'm going to any part of my body. It's almost like you feel numb, but it's not numb. It's zen. It's peace. So when your body feels peace by whatever used to be a trigger aligned to a belief system, then you are healed. So keep doing the work so your mediumship and psychic skills, they escalate, they go up. Don't stop when you're just not ruminating. Don't stop when you're just not emotionally triggered. Keep doing the work until your body has released the emotion from it. When it's released the emotion from it, you're going to feel zen. Mediumship is not just about technical skills. It's not just about connecting to our loved ones. It is about you and your personal growth, so your soul can evolve. My name is Bronwyn Jane, and I'm the founder of the Psychic Mediumship College.